Hello then, everyone. It's World Online Racing. Yet again, we've had a week break, but we are back for yet another street circuit. Now, it's Baku this time. So, Baku's sort of known for quite good racing, as you will probably also see. I'm not joined by Hyperactive today. I'm not joined by anyone. So, you're just going to be hearing my very boring voice for the next hour and a half as we watch Tier 4 go around the street circuit of Azerbaijan. Now, I'm quite excited for this one, as 2 weeks ago in Monaco, we actually had a surprisingly good race. Not something you would hear quite often. Normally, it's sort of similar to M4 in the UK. It's a motorway. It's just known for a lot of traffic. And well, it was amazing racing, and of course, someone had to be so dominant, they had to win it by 30 seconds. And the man I'm talking about is Scott Holmes. He's gone back-to-back wins. Could he make it a treble? We're just going to have to find out today. Talking about the standings as well, it is very close. It's very, very close. The Williams, the TRT boys are just absolutely cooking. And Gianluca, he wasn't here in Monaco, but he is back for Baku. So, will he be able to retake the lead in the standings? As because Scott Holmes was able to get not one but two wins back to back, he's actually only 3 points ahead of Gianluca, and obviously Amos is only 10 points behind the leader as well. So it's very spicy up near the top. And, I mean, fourth and fifth as well, not far behind. Both of the McLaren boys, 38 and 33 points. So it's sort of anyone's game. Nick Arrow as well, also on that 33 points with Luis in 32. So it is very, very close for not only the top three, but the top five. So this season of WR is going to be very, very close, coming near the end of, Japan and Abu Dhabi. That's where it's all going to be about. I think Scott's going to really, really need to pull something out the bag. We know he's got the pace. Some people even say he shouldn't even be in Tier 4. He should be in the likes of Tier 2, maybe even Tier 1. I mean, he is a very fast driver, but people have been giving him a run for his money. I mean, look back at Australia. He only got that second because of that last lap malarkey. So, it is getting quite spicy. We've got a few new drivers. Well, I say a few. We've got a lot of new drivers here in Tier 4. I'm only going to mention the ones that are here today. And, I mean, let's just quickly finish the top 10 in the standings, and then we'll move on to today's grid. In that sixth spot, like I mentioned, it's Nick Arrow, 33 points. He is tied with Ryan Jacobs, with Wilson Hall, in that fourth spot with 38 points. Williams have 58 for Amos and 65 with Gianluca. In seventh position, you have Luis, who is now a full-time Alpine driver. He's got 32 points, only 1 point behind the people up in front of him. So it is very, very close. He's in every race he's done, he's scored points. So Luis is Mr. Consistent. Sinan, he is now a RB driver. Can the Racing Bulls get their first points this season? We're just going to have to find out. Mercedes are yet to be pointless, with James Watts showing up for every single race and only finishing one so far. I'm I am praying that James Watts can finish today's race in the points, as he's been getting so unlucky. But yes, Sinan, he was the winner in Spa. He got 15th in Austin, Texas, and he didn't come for Monaco. So let's see what he can do in today's race around the street circuits of Baku. Redmir's 24 points. He DNF'd in Australia. He had an 8th and 10th and another 8th for round 2, 3, 4. And in round 5, he was able to get onto that sweet, sweet podium. Could he make it a second appearance on the podium in today's Baku race? Again, we're going to have to find out. This race is a lot for everyone. Some people making, for instance, Scott Holmes making it a treble in a row for the wins. Some people first time on the podium, and others their second or third appearance. And I mean, to be really honest, Gianluca, could he be another race winner? Tie it on with Scott for the two-time race winner this season. That's something I'm really looking forward to, is those two's rivalry, and Amos. Don't forget about him in that P3 spot. That is going to be very, very important. In the P9 spot, you have, obviously, like I said, Redmir's, and then rounding out the top 10 in the standings, you have Matthew Roberts, who's, he didn't finish in Australia. Australia. Ugh, he didn't show up for Australia. He didn't finish in Austin, Texas. But he's been quite consistent, a 5th, a 6th, and an 8th. Not too shabby from the Haas driver. His teammate, on the other hand, having a 2-race ban after the shenanigans in Spa. He did get onto the podium in Spain, so he does have a nice little cheeky 14 points. Also, Kevin, in the Scuderia Ferrari, he's also quite consistent with an 8th, a 6th, and 2 tenths. He's shown up for every race, he's finished every race, and he's only been out of the top 10 once, which is quite remarkable. He is known for always being on the alternative strategy as well. So, if you watch Kevin drive, he's not a quali man. From what I've seen, he's not near the mid to bottom end of the qualifying order, but he's got the race pace, he's got the strategies, and it's quite working out for him. He'll start 17th, but finish 6th or 10th. It depends. But he really, really likes to go for that overcut. A lot like some other people, he's really, really known in this tier right now of alternative strategy usage. But now let's move on to today's grid order. As, well, I say grid order, we haven't even done qualifying yet. But today's grid, who is in what team, who's driving, who's not driving. In the McLaren, you've got, I mean, you should know them off by heart by now. You've got Ryan Jacobs and Wilson Hall. Yet again, they're doing very well. I must say, as a McLaren fan in real life, I am quite pleased to see that the tier I'm commentating, McLaren, are doing quite well as well. They are P3 or 2, they're P3 in the standings. They're not doing too bad in the Ferrari. You have Kevin and Ryan. In Racing Bulls, you've got a new reserve driver. I think it's Dimitri. I may be wrong. It's one of those weird names. It's not a weird name, but it's one of those names that I struggle to read because I'm British, and us British people really, really struggle with pronouncing a lot of names. In the Mercedes, you've got the singular Nick Arrow. So, Red Bull, 1 driver. Mercedes, 1 driver. Racing Bulls also have 1 driver. Same with Kick Sauber, because there were some drivers that haven't confirmed yet. Now, in the Mercedes, oh, and also Aston Martin. So in Aston Martin, you've got Alessandro. In Alpine, you've got Luis and Lewis Welch. In the Haas, you've got Matthew Roberts and Jake Finch, as Jake Finch is back from his 2-race ban. Racing Bulls, you've got Christoph Godot. Let's see if he can actually get some points, because I really want Racing Bulls to get points. I want at least every singular team to get points, you know, this season. Obviously, Mercedes are going to be yet again pointless, with Nick Arrow being the only driver. He's not a main driver, if I may be mistaken. Let me just double check. Yeah, he's still a reserve driver. So, you know. In the Williams, you've obviously got the 2 TRT boys. You've got Jan Luca, and you've also got Amos. And in the Kick Sauber, you have Scott Holmes. So, a lot of the top drivers here, you know, in the top 5, they're all going to be here. So the championship near the top end is going to be very, very exciting. And it's really all going to be about, I would say, qualifying. No, you know what? Baku being really, really known for good overtakes. You've got to be committed. You've got to be, you know, quite careful on the brakes, as it's quite hard on the brakes this track. Also fuel consumption and stuff. So we'll probably see a lot of drivers use a little bit higher, maybe 1.5, or maybe even not 2 is a little bit too much. I would say 1.5 is the max. We'll see drivers go over in the fuel. It really depends if there's safety cars. But, I mean, we haven't had many safety cars this season. We've had a lot of DNFs, though. But I'm very excited for today's race. I hope you guys are as well. And you know what? I forgot to ask you, how you guys doing? It's been a week. Haven't been able to, you know, I say I haven't been able to catch up with you. But it's like, you know, gotta ask the viewers here how they're doing. But still waiting for some drivers to get on into the grid. Not into the grid, into the lobby. So, let's have a look at the track map, shall we? 3.73 miles long, 20 turns, 12 to the left, 8 to the right. Baku is known for long, long straights. You've got the exit of turn 20 going on the long back, on the long main straight down into turn 1. Also 2 DRS zones on the exit of turn 20 and on the exit of turn 3, meaning overtaking is going to be very, very easy. You've got the really twisty, windy section of sector 2, obviously with the known as Castle section. We'll probably see someone do a Charles Leclerc impression and say they are stupid. Sector 3 is really, really easy flat out with only 1 braking corner of turn 16. It's going to be very, very interesting in today's race. I'm very excited, to be able to be honest, because we've came from Monaco, which is low on the brake bias. You know, it's really just full send. You know, you've got the We saw so many sends into Raskas as well, which I was really, really confused about. But it was amazing, spectacular race, and we also had a wet qualifying, which is something you gotta love to see. It really spices things up, and it really, really did. Now coming into Baku, it's probably going to be dry. It's quite rare. I mean, Azerbaijan is a hot country. Oh my god, I can't speak, guys. It's quite rare to see a wet race and qualifying, but if we do get that, I'll be very much excited, especially if it's changing conditions. Those are always the best races for commentators. Maybe not so drivers, but you know, it's always entertainment. There's going to be a lot of action, and with the long straights, it's going to be very, very difficult to pull out of the DRS zones, and well, I mean DRS, but to pull out the DRS range. So these drivers are going to really have to work it in that Sector 2 area. There's a lot of corners for overtaking. You've got you've got turn 1, 2, 3, 4. Really easy. You've got all of Sector 3. You've got a little bit in Sector 2, maybe the last bit of Sector 2. But Baku is known for overtaking. It's known for giving that amazing racing that we love to see here in WOR, and I'm very excited. And we are getting into qualifying. Let's see your predictions in the chat. I've seen these guys drive for now 5-6 weeks, you could say, right? I've kind of seen the pace. I'm predicting the top 3 is going to be this. You guys may not agree with me, but I'm going to say Wilson Hall on pole position, Scott Holmes in P2, and you know what? Amos in P3. I think he's got it. You know, normally you'd be like, oh, why are you picking Jan Luca because you want the underdog? No. I'm picking Amos, right? Because he's got pace, right? He's gone under my radar the whole season so far. I've mentioned him quite a few times, but he has actually gone under my radar. He's just been there, really. He's shown up, he's done spectacular, and he's sort of, I wouldn't say he's in his teammate's shadow, but, I mean, you've got his teammate, he's won a race, he's got many podiums, he's got quite consistent results, and then you look at Amos's results, and they're even more consistent. Yes, he may have not been on the podium in every single race, but he's been near the top 5 for almost every single race he's done. So, Williams, both of them looking very, very strong. One of them's going to be in the top 3. That's what I'm predicting. If you guys think different, let me know. But we are in today's qualifying session. We're just waiting for the drivers to go out, so I'm just sorting up everything. And yeah, that's all we really need to do. But as you can see, we are in the qualifying session here. Whew. Now we just gotta wait. Who do you think's gonna be out first? Is it gonna be Scott Holmes or is it going to be? It's Christoph, I think. Yeah, it's Christoph. Look at that then. Also, only 11 drivers today. It's fine. I mean, some people may have, I don't know, school starts tomorrow in the UK for some secondary people, or, you know, so I don't really know. Some people may have work, you know, that's why I tend to say. It's also Baku. Some people don't like Baku. I mean, I'm personally not a big fan of it. Well, what Scott Holmes here is that he has allowed Christoph to get through. Well, no, Christoph has allowed Scott to get through, but I've got my cup of tea, and I think we are ready here for the Baku race. There we go. 11 drivers. 5 of them we should see really near the top end. Also, Matthew Roberts and Jake Finch. Those 2 are going to be ones you want to look out for. Even though, like, Jake Finch has been, I mean, there was a lot of controversy, I would say, in Spa involving Jake Finch, but he is, I'll give it to him, he is a very, very fast driver. Same with Matthew Roberts. We've seen him. Their strategy in Spain was so bizarre, but it worked out wonderfully for them. A P3 and a P5, you can't be mad with that. I wonder if they can get that same result. You know, they weren't really able to do it in Spa. I think they could do it in Baku. You know, everyone's basically going to be guaranteed points apart from one person. We're also going to see probably an 11-man train. If there's like 3 different DRS trains, I'm going to be surprised, because as we make our way down the main straight on board with Scott Holmes here, I mean, just look how long the run down to the main straight is. The speed you carry from turn 16 is going to be so important. But as Scott makes his way down to turn 1, he's going to go down to gear 4, try and use as much of the track as possible, as it does tighten on the exit there through turns 2 as well. Very, very nicely done. literally kissing that outside wall as we make our way down the second DRS zone into turn 3, 4. Probably my favourite section to go for an overtake because it's so satisfying. Try and keep around the outside, go in for the inside, but obviously you're by yourself. You're going to be able to take the normal racing glide. Scott, though, he's just... Watching him drive this Kick Sauber is marvellous. I just have to say it. It's just like he's won with the car and it's a sim game or a simcade game. You know, it's like, this is why he's got good pace. He's confident, you know, he's quick. He's got that consistency as well as he makes his way through the castle section. You can just see, like, he's being as close to the walls as he possibly can. You know, he's flicking the car in. He's controlling it. I mean, this is how you become a good driver at this game. It's all about knowing when to be aggressive, when to be smooth. And I think Scott sort of mastered it. As you can see, he's making his way down towards turn 16. He's going to be braking just at that 75-meter marker in between the 150. He's got the 2 purple sectors. Obviously, he's the fast man out on track, so those will be right for him. But as we make our way through turns 18s, 19s, 20, they're all going to be flat. Now, the way down towards the checkered flag, or the start-finish line, what will Scott set as his first lap? It's going to be a 38-1. What can Christoph do in behind, in the Racing Bull car? What will it be? It's going to be 6/10 slower. And then I think you've got Amos. Yes, you do. What will he be able to do towards the line? It will be a provisional P2 lap time. Oh, my. Now, my question is, yes, it's Ryan Jacobs up next. He's gone up to P2. It's then going to be his teammate of Wilson Hall. What will he be able to set? It's a 38-8. Ooh. What about Jan Luca, the man who is P2 in the standings right now? Only 3 points behind Scott Holmes. Will he be able to take pole? No, he won't. It will then be, I think, Ryan. Yes, it will. And there will be Kevin in behind. Kevin now. What will he be able to set? Okay, so he's up to P6. His teammate's in P8. It's now going to be Jake Finch, I want to say. No, Jake Finch invalidated. His teammate, Matthew Roberts, though, he's going to come towards the line. Will it be a top 5 lap time? No, it won't be. It will be good enough for P9. Alessandro, he will be coming up next. He's gone a little bit deep into turn 16. That's not ideal. He did not invalidate, though. So, he's going to just smoothly rotate the car through the fast, smooth, flat section of turn 17, 18, 19, 20. And our way down towards the line. He's boxing. He's bailing the lap. But as it stands right now, Scott Holmes is on provisional pole. Ryan Jacobs not far behind. A 38.2 is about 1.3 tenths off. Jan Luca and Amos, P3 and P4 with a 38.3 and a 38.4. And then Christoph Goddard with a 38.6, rounding out that top 5. And then obviously you can see the rest. I mean, Jake Finch bailed on his lap being validated. Alessandro bailed on his lap. Fine. Everyone will be getting ready to go for their second runs very, very shortly. Now, this qualifying session won't be the most exciting. We've only got 11 drivers, or 11 pilots, or whatever you want to call them. So, the race will be a lot more exciting. Just because there's... I like to say when, you know, you've got an exciting qualifying when there's loads of people and they're setting lap times that are within 0.1 of each other. Or, you know, 100, 300, that sort of thing. That's a really exciting qualifying. Qualifying, though, not overly exciting unless you're doing a full qualifying, which you only see in Tier 1 of WOR, which is fine. Not gonna lie, though, I've made the perfect cup of tea. It is spectacular, to say the least. Jake Finch is getting ready to set his lap. May I just say, by the way, the Haas this game looks so clean. Like, it may be because I've got, like, really nice camera settings for it, but, like, just look how clean the Haas is. Maybe I shouldn't have picked the V-carb when I did allocations for a different league that I won't name, because I don't think I'm allowed to name other leagues, but that's fine. But, like, when right, what's Jake Finch doing here then? Right, what is this fella? Right, Okay, buddy. What? What is he doing? What is this? Right. And he's gonna do a 3-point turn. Oh my god. Let's just watch. Who is it? Is it Christoph? Yeah, Christoph is just gonna see. Like, just look! What? No, that is surely... I don't know what's happening here. What the absolute flipperdoodle? Jake Finch, what are you doing? I thought he just, like, locked up. But he was going so slow into turns 8. He just wanted to go backwards up the castle section. What? Right. Okay, buddy. Okay. That has confused the absolute flip out of me, you know? Like... That is a... I'm still confused by that. Anyway, should we go watch Christoph? Yes, we shall. Oh my god, my camera syncs for the VCAR bar quite... Down towards gear 3, actually. I thought it was gear 4 for turn 1, but I'm mistaken. Oh, there is Wilson Hall, I believe, coming up there. Oh, massive clobber with that exit turn 2 wall. Not ideal. No damage that I can see on the front wing of that V-carb. So he'll make his way down towards turn 3, breaking out the 100-meter bar, and he's done it again. He's went straight into the barrier. We are not playing bumper cars here, Christoph. You got to keep it within the white lines, making our way through the sector 1 chicane. He's 1.4 up. I mean, not 1.4 up. He's 0.14 up as we make our way through the very tricky sector 2. Locking the rears there, losing a little bit of the car, but it's fine, making our way through the castle section. My personal favourite section in the whole game. It's so tricky, it's so satisfying, cutting as much of the turn 12 curb as you possibly can, making our way down through the flat turns 13 and 14, trying to set up a wide entry for turns 15 here, cutting as much of that inside curb as you possibly can, and there's wing damage on the V-carb. Is this strategical, as he'll get a lot of straight line speed making our way down towards the start finish line? I think he's just overcooked it on the exit. But the rest of this section is all going to be flat, foot to the floor, as we make our way down towards the finish line. Will this be enough to make him get into that top 3 spot? We're just going to have to find out. Is the wing damage going to help him improve the lap time? He's gone up no positions, but he's gained by 0.169. In behind, you've got Ryan Jacobs, but let's not talk about that. It's Scott Holmes. He's on for improvement. He's a 37.768. What can Ryan Jacobs do? He's just set his lap. My bad. Wilson Hall has also just started his lap. Right. So I accidentally swapped to the Scuderia as he goes into the castle section and does a Charles Leclerc. I told you someone would do it, guys. I'm just saying. I did say. Anyway, though, Amos up towards P2. Amos, I mean. Amos. I don't know. I think it's Amos. 37.960. Not far off of Scott Holmes in that P1 spot. Also, what did I say about Williams being in that top section? Wilson Hall, if he gets on pole, I would get my top 3 completely right. Okay, let's actually watch Wilson Hall here. He's improving, but will it be enough to get up to that P2 spot? He had a little bit of a wobble on the entry of the castle section, so I don't really know. My fingers are crossed that I've got my prediction right. But, you know, it doesn't really matter. Trying to open up the turn 15, making our way down towards turn 16. This is my least favorite corner. I just don't know why. I always just overcook it and just take too much speed and just invalidate. And then it's like, what's the point? But Wilson Hall, he's coming through the fast sector 3 section. Tried to get a little bit of slipstream off of the... Oh my god, I've just realised Matthew Roberts has gone up to P5, Jan Lucas P4, right, Kevin is up to P6, and Christoph went from P5 down to P7, and Wilson Hall is boxing. Not ideal. What about Jake Finch? He's invalidated again. I have a feeling Jake Finch is just doing this race for the funnies. Because after what he did in the castle section, I don't know anymore. Okay, yeah, he's just having a little bit of fun. I don't know if there's a rule in qualifying, but I swear you have to take the normal pit road. Like, you can't, like, cut across the white line. I know that's for the race, but I don't know if it's for qualifying. I don't know. It's fine. No one was there. He didn't cause any harm. I mean, if he clobbered into someone and DNF'd him and someone else, that would be a penalty. But, I mean, to be honest, there was no one. He allowed Scott to go first. Again, we are going to be getting ready for the final runs here in round 6 qualifying. Matthew Roberts is coming towards the pit lane. Bruh. I love being British. This cup of tea, absolutely amazing. Also, by the way, I can't actually see the Twitch chat, which is very annoying, because I'm the type of person that likes to look over towards Twitch chat and be like, oh yeah, this is happening, because I can get some really nice info. But right now, I'm looking over to my second monitor, and I'm seeing something went wrong. And it is a person holding a hammer. So, I can't see the Twitch chat. But anyway, that is fine. Who's going to be first for the final time in qualifying? Let's just find out, shall we? I think it's going to be Scott. No, it's going to... Who is that? It's Jake Finch, isn't it? Matthew Roberts? Or is it Jake Finch? I think it's Jake Finch. Bosh! What did I say? It was Jake Finch, guys. I just knew it. What's... Like, brother... What is he doing? What are we doing? Jake, what are you actually doing, my friend? No way! You've come out of the pits. Like, is someone else driving on Jake's account? Because what is he doing? Like, I have a rule of first person out of the pits, I watch their lap. So, I'm not, like... We're just going to have to look at Jake Finch's shenanigans. I'm not going to lie. At this point, right? There just needs to be a whole, like, YouTube short of, like, this qualifying session right now. Because what... It's funny, yes. But... Like, what are these shenanigans? He's no way you actually go off there. If Alessandro overtakes him during this... Like, watch him just go deep into the castle section. I didn't guess right. Alright, I think he's actually taking it serious now. One thing I'm really confused about is just the pace. Like, I'm not one to say anything, right? But, like... I think my PB around here is like a 30... I think I did a 39.9. Probably not. I'm trying to think what I would have set. I haven't done time trial. I hate doing time trial in this game, but... Jake Finch, he's getting ready to start his qualifying lap. He's got his teammate Matthew Roberts in behind. Then it's Scott, and then it's Alessandro. Keep that in your mind of the order. That was a note to myself, by the way, guys. But it's going to be the MoneyGram Haas driver, TF10, Jake Finch. He's making his way down towards turn 1. Where do you brake? You brake at the start of the curb here. This entry curb, you try and take as wide of an entry as you can to turn 1, as it does tighten on the exit. Making your way down towards turn 2, braking just before the 50-meter mark. And also trying to cut as much of that turn 2 curb as you possibly can. And getting onto throttle as soon as possible. Making our way down towards turn 3. Making our way downtown. Walking fast. We've entered the apex. And it's really nicely on the exit as well. Absolutely just kissing that outside wall. That's what you want to be doing around Baku. That's how you know you are pushing the limits of this track. You're just kissing every single wall on the exit here. Now, my least favourite corner, because I just never know how much you can cut, but Jake Finch cuts it perfectly. Now the castle section. He's not Charles Leclerc. He's done it absolutely beautifully. Turn 12, cut beautifully. Making our way through turns 14 and 15. 13 and 14, I mean. What will he be able to do for 15, though? Will he cut it, or will he go for the more safer sort of cornering route? He does a little bit of both, to be overly honest. Turn 16 now, braking just after the 100-meter board, cutting as much as you can off that inside curb. Now, it's the remaining flat section of Sector 3. It's just all about making sure you keep it smooth and you don't cut so much speed as you go left, right. You know, that weight distribution, it's going to cut some speed, but you've got to do it absolutely smoothly. Now, crossing the line now, what will Jake Finch set? It's going to be only P8. His teammate, though, will he improve? No, he won't. He's clobbered into the wall. It's now Alessandro, who remains P11. Scott Holmes will be coming in towards the pits. What about Amos? He's coming towards the line. He's got a 10th of an improvement. Will it be enough for pole? No. Oh, my. Sorry, I coughed as I said that. Jan-Luca he's almost finishing his lap. Christoph up to P3. What can Ryan Jacobs say in retaliation? Does he have it in the bag? No, he doesn't. He does not improve. What about Jan-Luca? Does he have enough in the tank to improve? Ryan goes up to P4. Can Ryan maybe... Oh, Jan-Luca, I mean, get into that top... No, he remains P6. What can Kevin do in that P9 spot right now? He's found 3/10 in the lap. Where has he gone to? Will it be enough for a top 3 place? It's 5th position for Kevin. Oh, my. I did not expect that end. I did not expect Jan-Luca to be P6. 7, I mean. This is very spicy. Scuderia 4 and 5. Kick on that P1 spot. Amos in P2. I did say he would be in that top area, but only 8 thousandths separate P1 and P2. And only 27 hundredths separate P3 and P1. And that is the type of qualifying gap I want to see here. And then 3/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5, 5, 6, and then a second and a 1.2. These guys are exceptionally fast. I don't know what Jake Finch was doing in that midway and early stage of qualifying with reversing up the castle section and then going into the runoff of turn 2. Don't know if that was intentional. The castle was, but I don't know about the turn 2. He probably just locked up the tires. But it is time for the race. The sky is clear. The sun is shining down on the Baku circuit. It's going to be a dry one today. This is going to be absolutely amazing, to be really honest. I am very, very much excited for today's race. I hope you guys are as well. Now, what do I expect from today's race? From some individual, I think Scott's going to win it. Actually, I don't think he will. Just because of that qualifying, I mean, Amos could do it. I have my money on Amos here. Like, I want him to get his first win. I would also want Scott to get his 3rd concurrent win. Also, Jan-Luca, if he could go from 7th to a win, that would be remarkable. That would be a comeback drive. Yes, we've only got 11 drivers, but sometimes the smaller the grid, the better. The better the racing, the lesser the incidences. I think this is going to be an actually quite surprisingly nice race. I think a lot of people have just said, you know what, nah, I'm not going to do this race. It's Baku. I don't like Baku. But I don't like driving Baku. I love watching Baku. That's the two things. There's so much history in Baku. I say history, but there's been so much controversy. You had the 2021 incident. I think it was 2021 with Lewis going deep on the red flag restart. You had Max Verstappen crashing on the main straight. It was all just chaos, but it just was cinema. And that's what I expect from Tier 4. Not crashes, but cinema. It's going to be absolute cinema. Hands in the air, like the GIF or whatever. I just realised I finished my cup of tea. I'm actually quite sad about that. I finished my cup of tea. But I think we're going to see medium hard. We'll probably see Kevin on the hard medium. And if we see someone on the softs, why? The softs would just die straight away. just because I'm just thinking, like... Anyway, the lights are on. The engines are roaring. We have 5 red lights. And they're out. And we are go, go, go for the 6th time here in Tier 4. And it's a great start from Ryan Jacobs in behind. He's already down the inside of Christoph Goddard. But he's sorted in behind. Scott Holmes gets an amazing start. He'll remain in P1. It's Amos in behind. Then Christoph. Then Ryan Jacobs. And then the Scuderias. Yeah. Oh my. Jan Lucas remaining in that P7 spot. Wilson Hall as well, remaining where he is. So Ryan down 2 spots from his teammate, and also Ryan Jacobs. Ryan Jacobs up 2 spots. Everyone else has stayed neutral. That was a hell of a start from Ryan Jacobs. He timed it perfectly. He dropped the clutch and said go, go, go. And already Scott Holmes, he's making his charge. He's already dropped Amos by a second. Looking towards the back here. Oh my god, what is Jake Finch doing? He's gone down the inside. He cuts the corner. He's side by side with Alessandro. What was that move? They're wheel bashing. He's almost gone into the castle section corner. And Wilson Hall is up a position. He got a move done on Jan Luca. I missed it because of the malarkey in behind. Oh my. This is already lap 1, and there's been already a lot of overtakes. Up towards the lead. It's a 1.4 second gap. I think what Amos and Christoph and Ryan Jacobs really need to do is work together. We've got this long straight. This is when you need to DRS share. You know, next 3-4 laps, you can cut that gap down to Scott. Who's got the low wings? Let them in the... who's got the high wings? Let them in front in that sector 2. Who's got the lower wings? Let them pass on the main straight going into that sector 1. That's the strategic stuff you need to do as Scott sets the fastest lap of the race. It's a little bit messy. I think it's side by side with Wilson Hall. He's moved up to P6. He got a move done on Ryan, who's dropped 3 positions. He went from 4th to 7th. Not an ideal start, but also look at the tyre compounds. Kevin's not on the hards. Okay, who's racing for Kevin? I am joking. Ryan, though, on the hards. He's the only one on the alternative strategy. Did Kevin and Ryan swap or something? Because every single race I've seen Kevin drive so far this season, he's always started alternative. So it's quite nice to see him. He's actually on the more favourable strategy than everyone else. Ryan, though, he's still doing quite well. It was bound for him to lose those positions. And, I mean, he's staying quite well. Scott, though, he's just said goodbye to the rest of the field. And, Amos also about to drop Christoph Goddard in behind. Ryan Jacobs not far. Will we see an overtake in the next coming few corners? Maybe turn 16. That would be very spicy. Let's ride on board with the Papaya McLaren driver. He's just too far back. 4.5 now is the gap. So we make our way through turn 15. A little bit of a wall touch there from Christoph in front. Could we see VCOB actually get some good points? A little bit of a wobble on the exit there. Possible race strategies here is a double stop or maybe a hard to medium. Lap 15. That's probably what Ryan's going to do. I would say these medium guys are probably going to box around lap 11. And there we go. No, not even got the DRS flap yet already open. Ryan Jacobs must be running really, really low wings. I'm talking 10.2. Oh my. Or 2.10. That's probably what he's running. Though that was amazing straight line speed. He may get, you know, a little bit slower on the, you know, through sector 2, but sector 3, he's like a flying horse. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm flabbergasted. I did not expect that. Now, Christoph just getting out of that dirty air, cooling down the tires, making sure they don't overheat. That is going to be very, very crucial, though. Also, may I just say, where is Jan Luca? He's been dropped by Wilson Hall. The gap's 1.5. This is not ideal for the man who's in P2. If he wants to have a chance at keeping Scott on a run for his money for that championship, he's got to lock it in, find the 9th gear, pop it into nitrous. I don't know. He's really got to cook if he wants to try and keep that point margin minimal. But the gap is slowly increasing between first and second here. Scott, though, I mean, he's just mighty rapid, isn't he? It's like Max Verstappen racing Formula 3 at this point. I don't mean to insult anyone. I don't mean it like that. I'm just saying, it's that funny. It's like Max Verstappen in a Formula 1 car racing F2 drivers or F3 drivers. It's just that already lap 1, second in Monaco, gapped, you know, he had a pit stop. He could have boxed on the penultimate lap and been out 10 seconds in the lead. That's how much of a gap he had in Monaco. And it's the same story here again. But it's going to be side by side. Ryan Jacobs from the inside. He'll get the move done towards turn 1. He's got mighty low wings. Also in behind, Ryan and Gianluca having a little bit of a squabble. Nope, it's just Ryan on those hard compound tyres. Already probably gripped up, to be overly honest. I mean, they're probably already nice and hot. Especially in that Sector 2 area. And also being in the dirty air will actually help heat up the tyres a lot more. So I think Ryan actually may be on a really good race strategy here. Because soon, believe it or not, soon these mediums will actually start to slowly die off around lap 7. And that's when the hards will really be a lot more powerful. So if Ryan can close this gap to about 1.1 by lap 7, he'll probably start being able to make overtakes. Lap 8, lap 9, that's what I'll probably expect from him. But we're just going to have to find out, really. Ryan Jacobs, though, in P2, and already has a massive margin over Amos. I really want to know what wings he's running, but Jake Finch, in behind, already got a 3-second time penalty for cut warnings, and we're only on lap 4. Oh, my. Now, Ryan Jacobs, he's mighty quick on the main straight. You can't park there, mate. Jake Finch having a little bit of a wobble on the exit of the castle section. And also, let's just see how much this gap cuts down. No DRS. I don't know. Oh, I love that camera angle. Oh, my, that was marvellous. As someone that has no control over the cameras, when the game has good default stock cameras, I'm in love with it. Helicopter cams, the best. Okay, yeah, so Ryan Jacobs has the lowest wings possible, and already Christoph is into the pit. So, has he clobbered enough wounds to give him wing damage? That's probably it. But also, Ryan Jacobs, he gains a lot on the main straight. But then going into turn 1, he's got to brake a lot sooner. He's probably got, well, I don't know, that gap is really cutting down. I am sorry for coughing. But this, I'm loving this. This is a joy to watch. Are we going to see Christoph go for a 2-stopper? Because no way he can do 21 laps on the hards. You would be absolutely crazy to try and attempt that strategy. But let's look. On board with Amos here as he is hunting down the back end of that papaya up in front. I think it's going to be a quite good fight here near towards the top end, and he's got wing damage. I think he's getting, I don't know. I think he's going to retire on track. He's causing a safety car. Lovely jubbly there from Jake Finch. Not something you really, really want to see. Oh, he's not causing a safety car. I think he's, I don't know. I don't know what's happening with Jake Finch. I mean, the gap. Ryan Jacob closes in the sector. Like, just look at that gap. It's 2.1 now. Now we're on the massively main straight. Let's see how much that gap drops. Amos has actually gone for the overtake. He'll get the move done just before turn 1. Little bit of rear locking, making the rear end slide a little bit. That's not going to be quite good for the tyres. But it is fine. We're 6 laps in. And let's just... Ryan already back up to P6. So, he's making his charge yet again. He's, like I said, he's 1.2 in behind Wilson Hall. Without DRS, he was going to gain through this middle section. I think by the time we get to the next 2 laps, we may see Ryan in that 1 second margin and actually make a move on Wilson Hall. That's probably what we'll see. And also, Christoph now. Let's just be careful of that gap. I wonder how much it will close by. We're just going to have to see and find out. I want to keep an eye out on Scott here. Just like, it's the same with Amos. I mean, they're both looking a little bit slidey through the high-speed sections, and we have a safety car. Everyone's guaranteed points now. Just finish the race. Ryan Jacobs has done a fumbler. I think he has. I don't know. I actually don't know what's happened with Ryan Jacobs. But I'm just going to say this. He's out of the race. No more safety cars from now on. Not what you... This is not really what you want to see. When... It's not really what you want to see when you're watching... When you're watching this sort of league racing. This really helps everyone apart from Ryan. This really messes up Ryan here. Like, it is not ideal at all. Might help Christoph here. I mean, I don't really know who this... I don't know. What's happening here? Hello? Scott? What has happened then? So... Scott's left, Matthew's left. Scott's DNF. We've migrated host, so it's not the fact that I've DNF because I'm not the host. What's just happened there then? I'm very confused actually. I'm quickly just going to look in the Discord. I want to see if he said anything in the chat. He hasn't said anything. I don't know what's happened, guys. But it's fine. It is absolutely fine, guys. It's just bizarre. We're in the pits. Why is Scott DNF'd? That's the main thing I'm concerned about, is Scott's DNF. He got DQ'd for being too quick. Exactly. What? So, you're saying that Matthew Roberts has joined again, but I swear, whenever you migrate the host, it messes with the game. I think the reason it kicks Scott out and basically said that he's retired is because of Matthew's disconnect. It's messed with the game. I was so confused. I was like, Scott, why are you staying in the pits so much? Okay. 9 people to go. But I'm just going to say this, because I've just read something in the Tier 4 chat. There are 33 drivers in Tier 4, and we only have 11 showing up today. I actually do think it's at the point where no one likes this track. It kicks Scott and the AI retired him. Ah, okay, I gotcha. Yeah, it's just EA. It is just EA at this point. Like, I'm sorry, but if you're just going to copy and, like, if you're going to copy and paste the game, right, at least fix some bugs. The handling model for this game is actually quite nice. I think a lot of people can agree. They've actually gone a step forward with the handling model, right? But the bugs, like, I mean, there's some leagues that don't do Bahrain anymore because there was a bug at Tier 4 curb that would launch you. I think there was some with Netherlands, like, it's just a bunch of buggy curbs. And I just, why can't we go back to, like, 2020, 2021, when the game was, like, actually esport ready? It had bugs here and there, but I don't know. This is going to be very interesting, though. Because the one thing I'm concerned about, not concerned about, but really kind of like, is kind of cool, is Kevin's been able to really gain on people. Because the McLaren boys, the Ferrari boys, the Williams, they all had to double stack, which has allowed Kevin to get up to where he is. He started P5, and he's now P2. Everyone's up positions apart from Christoph. This safety car gives Ryan and Christoph, like, such a shambles. Because Ryan's got a box again. We've got safety car in this lap. Christoph doesn't need to box, but he was able to gain on the two people that are on the two teams that double stacked. Let's watch Amos here. Let's go on board with Kevin. I like going on board with the man who's P2. I remember back in, like, 24, my game would just always freeze. And I swear, like, I did everything. Updated my drivers, made sure my, you know, everything. But we are back to green flag racing, you could say. No overtaking until the start-finish line. 9 drivers out of the 11 that started. It's going to be sort of, you could just say, let's just say it's a sprint race from this point onwards. And already, Kevin really on the back end of the Kraken Williams. Oh, well, Atlassian Williams in front. It's not Kraken anymore. I remember when it was Rocket. Oh, he's gone very deep into turn 2. That's going to allow Ryan Jacobs to be side by side. But no. When you go... Oh, I don't... What's happened there? Oh, no. He's going to go around the outside of turn 3. This is going to be a cinema move. Round the outside of turn 3. Ryan Jacobs will go. He's going to go for the switchback. But Kevin slows down the car just enough. A switchback yet again from Ryan Jacobs. He's going to get the run out of the corner for turn 5. Will it be enough to be side by side for turn 6? Yes, it will. And Ryan Jacobs is the man on P2. This squabbling, though, has allowed Amos to do what Scott did at the start of the race and get a 2.1 second lead. So with this amazing racing and great... I'm just going to say, very clean from Ryan Jacobs and Kevin there. But it's allowed Amos to get away. Also, Jan Luca, he's on the back end. I mean, he started down in P7. He dropped even further to P8. And he's back up to P4. Could he be back to his winning ways? I mean, we're just going to have to find out at the end of this race. Matthew Roberts also in that P5 spot. It's basically all level heading now. Christoph is basically on the same strategy as the guys ahead. He's only going to have about a lap or 2 more wear than everyone else. So it's quite level heading. But, I mean, just look at Ryan Jacobs right now. The low wings on that Papaya McLaren is just making him be able to stomp away. Or am I mistaken? Does Kevin maybe have lower wings here? He's now all flashing up and down the grid. You can see Ryan coming into the pits in behind. Is he doing... What is Ryan doing? I don't know. We're going to have to see. Let's go on to the tyre strategy. He is into the pits. Remember, he went hard. He's gone onto the mediums. Okay. Also, Matthew Roberts being dropped. What has happened? Ah, he's left. Matthew Roberts have left the session. This is going to really just hinder Wilson Hall, Christoph Goddard, and also Alessandro. So, not ideal. Is it just Matthew Roberts' internet? I think it's just safety car. Wait, I hate this, right? I think it's a safety car because I look in the top thing and then I look at minimap by the screen. My bad. There's no safety car, guys. I jumped the gun, you could say. And Matthew Roberts, he's back, but he's going to be... he'll be back. He was just going to have to... I just feel bad. I mean, it was P5. This game is just shambles, you could say. Just get iRacing. I'm joking. I love iRacing, though. I'm doing the Indy 6 hour. Anyway... This is the fight. This is the closest fight. No, this is... Just look at Wilson Hall right now. He is literally sniffing the V-carb in front. Oh my. Just look at this. He's literally bump drafting Christoph. He's got that low of wings and that good of a run out of turn 16. Will he also get Alessandro he's gonna get Alessandro into turn 1, I reckon. Oh my lord. He's gonna do it. Oh, he's gonna opt to stay behind. He would have done it. He would have been able to get side by side. I see why he stays behind, though. He's going to be... Oh, and he's gone deep through turn 2. Oh, my God. Both of the McLarens have really low wings, I suspect. The straight line speed is immense. I love it. It's funny at this point. But you could just see the 2 DRS trains that have fought. Well, I could say 2, but yeah, 2, because Amos is just in no man's land there, and Ryan Jacobs has dropped Kevin. Oh, I think Ryan Jacobs. You know what? It'd be quite nice to see the McLaren on the podium. Have they got a podium yet this season? I'm trying to. Yeah, they did. They got 2-3, didn't they? All right, I need to go to the standings. Oh my god, my game just like massively froze. Yeah, they got 2-3. Wilson Hall and Ryan Jacobs at Austin, Texas. So it'll be quite nice to see McLaren back onto the podium. Well, I would say that. Yeah, back onto the podium. That would actually move him up massively. It would actually put him on near close to Scott. I reckon. If he's P2, he gets 18 points. Right now, Ryan Jacobs is 35 points behind Scott. So, it is very, very close. And, oh my god, he's catching Amos. And also, here comes Gianluca. Well, could it be a 1-2 for the Williams drivers? Or could it be just a Williams sandwich for the remainder of this race? Will we see Kevin and Gianluca work together here? We're just going to have to find out. I love this. My favourite saying of we're just going to have to find out. Because I really don't know what else to say. I don't have the answers. I can't look into the future. But I don't know, really. I mean, Ryan Jacobs is actually cutting the gap of Amos in front. Will we see what Sergio Perez did in 2021, Abu Dhabi, of holding up Lewis Hamilton to allow Max Verstappen to close the gap? Will we see Amos do that for Gianluca to allow massive points gain over Scott for not only Amos, but also Gianluca? Will we see that? Maybe. I mean, we're past the halfway mark. We may see a little bit of team play, helping each other out. But as of now, I don't think that's going to happen. It's really just going to be the case of if Ryan Jacobs gets close enough, we may actually see that. Also, Ryan is so far behind. He's boxed not once, but twice. He went onto the mediums, did a lap. He's gone back onto the hards to the end. His race is just shambles. But I understand why he's not retiring, because he's guaranteed points. And he's guaranteed good points as well. And Matthew Roberts is DNF'd. So my question is will there be a safety car? Will there be a safety car for Matthew Roberts DNF? I have no idea. Let's just look at Kevin here. Imagine if you only have like 7 finishers. That would be very funny. Wilson Hall slowly closing in on Kevin and Luca in front. Ryan Jacobs and Amos doing near identical lap times. Because that gap is not increasing, nor is it... Well, now it's increasing, but it wasn't before I said that. This track, right, not only does it actually produce good racing, it's so beautiful. The buildings, the scenery, even like just the runoffs as well. Like, it's actually like nice to look at. You know, you've got like tracks like, in my opinion, Shanghai, I don't like it. It doesn't look nice. Whereas this, it's got so... Oh, Christoph has a 3-second time penalty. But like, just look, you know, the vibrance, you know, the vegetation. Oh no, I'm not gonna say vegetation. Geography. I've finished that. No, sorry, I'm not gonna mention vegetation ever again. Ryan Jacobs, though, he's not closing the gap, but the gap behind is decreasing an amount, you could say. But I think it's just going to be a very, very meh. You could just say, it's just it, really. I mean, I don't think we'll see any massively exciting racing. Maybe either Alessandro and Christoph Goddard fight as of now. But that's probably it. The reason I say this is, oh, I clicked the wrong button. The reason I say this is, I don't know, to be overly honest, like, it just, the gaps are just too big. Ryan Jacobs gained so much on the straights. I think he's just had a really bad lap. As now he's cut the gap that he had. That was almost 2 seconds. He cut it by like 3-4 tenths, which is very, very important. I'm still devastated about Scott, man. The game bugged and it's just kicked him. And that's the sad thing. Esports is going to be fun, you could say, yeah. I would say if we had like 20 drivers, like this race would be so much more interesting, but like there's also the chance of it being so much carnage. Especially with the Jake Finch shenanigans that I was seeing in qualifying. Like, it was funny. But, like, I just don't really know. Like, this is the problem about, one, solo commentating, and two, a race that has just no action. Is just the fact that I don't know what to talk about. I could just yap on about the standings, but I just don't really know. But I've already talked about the standings. I mean, the only, like, thing that I know about is Harrison has moved tier. There's been a few people that have left. Like, Leonard Yorner, Gabriel Pinto. Those guys have left. Raphael, Aragon was inactive. I could talk to you about some of the new reserves. Because I would say there's one reserve in particular that would be very, very cool indeed. Well, I would say would be, but it is very, very cool indeed. But I don't know if I save that for a race they partake in. Whew. I'll tell you what, I'm not feeling that well. We've got 11 laps left to go, and Ryan Jacobs, the gap to the leader is 2.2. The thing I want to see is, we'll just watch this, because it's the closest thing on the... I know he's got 6 seconds. Also, Ryan, in the time I've not known what to say... Sorry. He's cut the gap down quite massively. Massive? No taper fade. Christoph Goddard in that P7 spot. Not far behind Alessandro. Will we see a move into turn 1? Or is he too far back? He's too far back. He goes for a later apex. I clicked the wrong thing, guys. Oh, I clicked G by accident. What was that noise? One thing I've noticed in this year's game is flicking still works to a certain extent. Like, you turn in gradually and then you flick. Like, obviously in 24, you could just flick the wheel. But, like, you can turn in gradually and then flick, and it just gets that front nose in so much more. Like, just watch Christoph. I mean, I'm noticing it now, right? Smooth. Right? Like, it's those sharp 90-degree corners or the hairpins where it's, like, smooth, and then he flicks more aggressively to really get that front end in. This game still has that quite pointy front nose, but it's not as pointy as the 24 game. Like, there's some corners where he's being very, very smooth, but I would say, like, turn 1, 2, 3, he's, like, right, like, there, turns in a little, then flicks it. It's just these key details that, like, I don't know. Like, his tires surely would be dead if he keeps doing that. But I don't know. If it works, it works. I do know that, like, Otis Lawrence still flicks a little bit, I believe. I think there's some, like, esport drivers that still quite flick a lot. But he doesn't flick for turn 1 because he breaks early. He's not pushing. He may flick for turn 2, though. Yeah, you see? It's just a little flick. It's like, that's just something that I've just sort of noticed from these guys. It's just like, you turn in gradually, then you really flick the wheel, and it's just really, really working well. There's no real big close fights apart from this one out on track, and they're not really fighting. It's just, this is the sad thing. This is just the sad thing of... sorry. I accidentally clicked my escape button when I tried to swap to the leader here, and I didn't even realize because I looked away. Just the sad thing of trains is just this game's meta. Like, I mean, you could just look at like tier 1, right? Just look at WR tier 1. The amount of train racing. I mean, Suzuka was a little bit different, but like the amount of trains you just see, there's barely any overtaking. You only see overtaking in like the final three laps if you're lucky. Mainly the final 2 laps. Like, no one's going for overtakes. Like, that's what I like about like lower tiers. Like, you know, I would say if you look at tier 8, tier 7, you would, like, obviously they don't get streamed, but like you would see so many more overtakes where you wouldn't see them in like tier 1. It's like if you look at other games as well, it's like the top levels so much more organized, less messy. Then you look at this, and there's so much, like, you did not look at this, but you look at the lower levels. Like, for instance, if you're playing a competitive game on, let's say, a shooty game, the lower level, the lower, like, tiers of that, loads more messy, loads more action in a way, whereas, like, the top tiers are more thought out and stuff, and sometimes, like, it's better when it's a little bit more messy, in a way. Especially when you got less people like this. But, I mean, with that, you know, with Kevin and Ryan Jacobs going side by side quite a lot, right at the start of the safety car, through the chicane as well, it's just allowed Amos to really just get away, and now he's just been able to be consistent. I mean, look at the battery, he's got about 55 to 60%, and because of that, it's just allowed him to really, really just keep this gap, like, at the level it is. Use it, you know, use on the straights, save in the corners. And, you know, it's just because these guys are really good at the game. They know what they're doing. But if you just look, like, lower levels, you know, sometimes you can have someone really burning for one whole lap, and they have no battery for the next lap. And then they get caught. And then you've got a massive fight on your hands. You've got people throwing defensive decoys and stuff. You don't really see that here. You see really good, like, clean overtaking. But for you to see the overtaking, you've actually got to be quite close. But I do like commentating tier 4. I mean, look at Spa. Spa was a fantastic race. Same with Spain. Spain, it dipped here and there. Monaco was surprisingly amazing. Australia final lap was cinema. I mean, so far, tier 4 has been probably one of the better, in my opinion, from the races I've seen, like tier 2 and tier 3 of WOR. I mean, I don't want to talk about tier 1, because tier 1's, you know, F1 esports level. But, like, tier 4, it's been the place to watch, in my opinion. I mean, there's been a lot of carnage. There's been a lot of controversy. There's been so much great overtaking, and it's been a joy to watch. So, I mean, as we get on to the final few races of the season, with how close it is with the standings, with how close it is on track with, you know, the top guys, it's actually fun. It's just right now, the race has died off. The only close fight is, well, I would have said the one with Alessandro and Ryan, but I mean Alessandro and Christoph, but that, I mean, ain't really happened because Alessandro actually boxed. And he's going to the end for 7 laps. He's on the mediums. Whew. It's just that the only thing I'm seeing is like Jan Luca is cutting the gap down. Ryan Jacobs is just he catches and then he has a bad lap and then the gap's back, and Christoph onto the softs for the remaining 6 laps. He's going for the fastest lap here. And right now, who currently has the fastest lap? Ryan Jacobs with a 41.7. So, fair play. I see the angle Christoph is going at here. Oh. Also doesn't help that I've got a headache. But I'm trying my best, but I've got to get a second drink. I forgot I was doing it solo, so I only grabbed 1 drink. Christoph is I don't know what Christoph is doing. Does he not have enough fuel? I don't think he has enough fuel. Because why else would you go so slow? This is really confusing me. Why is he... Ah, I see why he's going so slow. Oh. I was like, why is he going so slow? And then you see that, and I'm like, oh. Okay. I think you got a box, Christoph. I thought he was sort of like had no fuel. But he's actually had fuel. Oh my god. Ryan's done bloody 4 pit stops. It's a good day for the McLaren and the Williams and Kevin as well. I think this is Kevin's best finishing position. You know, everyone's going to be gaining on Kicksale, but everyone's going to be gaining on Scott. And it's not even his fault. What's happened here then? Wing damage? No, surprisingly not. Surprisingly no wing damage. Even though he literally hit a wall while he did a spin. It's fine though. It is fine. I think this is just the finishing order here. I mean, the only thing I see is this gap's really coming down now. Oh my. Oh my, we may actually have a fight on our hands. Get everyone back into the stream. We've actually got some action now. He's within a second. Jan Luca, the championship. Oh, I almost said championship leader, but he's not. This race will make him the championship leader. Or will it actually? He'll be tied. If he finishes where he is, he'll be tied because he doesn't have fastest lap. Amos will get 25 points. Jan Luca will get 15. And Amos is only 10 points behind. So... Amos gains 15 points on Jan Luca. And, oh no, I don't think they will be tied. No, my bad. I was being a little bit silly. They don't get tied, I don't think. Christoph didn't box. Does he not have any more ties to go to or something? I don't really know. But we've actually got a fight on our hands here. It's just the question of, will Ryan Jacobs be able, with his straight line speed, will he make it a 1 second gap for the DRS detection zone? No, he won't. So, Jan Luca is back in. We may see yet another Williams 1-2. This is going to be a spectacular scene. For the remaining 3 laps, it's a 3-lap shootout between Ryan Jacobs and Gianluca for that P2 spot. Amos, he's gonna probably win it for his first time in Tier 4. But what can Gianluca get? Can he get not 1, not 2, but 3 P2s in this? I mean, that 3P, that's a 50% P2 rate. Can Ryan Jacobs get his first P2 of the season? It could be his first, or it could be Gianluca's third. That's what the question will be. I don't think anyone will be able to decrown Amos of his maiden win in today's race. So it's going to be between Ryan Jacobs and Gianluca. Will Kevin in behind be able to catch up in the next 2 laps? Will it be a 3-legged race for P2? I'm going to say it again. We're just going to have to find out. This is what it's all about here in Tier 4. The last moments of the race is where it counts. It may dip in the middle, but Kevin, he's finding the time. He's cutting the gap down. It's 1.2. It's slowly dropping. Oh my, we may have a 3-person race instead of a 2. Will he be able to get it before the DRS detection zone? Burn, burn, burn. Get rid of that battery. He won't be able to do it this lap, but he has cut the gap by a significant amount. Let's ride on board with Gianluca. He's going to get the move done just before turn 1. Yes, he will. He's going to slot in front of Ryan Jacobs Christoph with the fast lap of a 40.573. Not too shabby, making our way down into turn 2. A little bit of a flick of the wheel from Gianluca. Also, Kevin. This is interesting. I'm excited to see what we have there. Ignore 6, 7, 8, right? They are out of it. But, well, to be honest, the 5th and below are just out of it. They can't get a podium. But Kevin, he's found the pace. He's found the time. He's catching Gianluca and Ryan Jacobs here. The gap is 1.1. The question is can Ryan Jacobs hold on? And hold on he will as we make our way past turn 7 into the turns 8, 9, 10, 11 complex called the castle section. Now turns 12, I mean. I don't think Kevin will be actually able to do it this lap again. It's very important he either does it this lap or next lap. It's never fun to be 3rd man in the train, so the sooner he can do it, the sooner he can maybe look for a move on Ryan Jacobs to have a chance at a P2 here. This could be Kevin's first podium finish of the season. Right, it's his best finishing position as of now. A P4 would be remarkable for him. But a P3, a P2, that would be even better. But I don't know if he'll be able to do it. Ryan Jacobs, though, the DRS flap is open. He's got the straight line speed. Gianluca's gone defensive into turn 1. They make a little bit of contact. That's not going to be ideal. No damage was sustained, though, as we make our way into turns 2. Again, just really, really close. Another DRS zone. They are only 3/10 away from each other. Will we see them side by side into turn 3? I don't think we will. Gianluca just got a really, really nice exit, and that's allowed him to stay ahead. It's all about just picking at the right time to go for the move. Kevin, he really, really, really needs to cut the gap down. If he can try and get within a 1-second gap this time for the provisional time, for the final lap, I mean, we'll be able to have 3 people go at it for that P2 spot. Amos has just been absolutely dominating the grid since of Scott's unusual DNF. That wasn't even his fault. Kevin's done it. He's within the second that he was needing. This is so, so important. He needs to hold it, though. He's on the cusp of getting eliminated still. He had a little bit of a wobble on the exit of turns 12. He's out of the DRS zone. Not zone, but the sort of area. The detection area. But he's back in. This is all just so important. He goes a little bit deep of turn 15. He really needs to full beans it through turn 16. Oh, Ryan Jacobs was gone deep. That's going to be so vital for Kevin. No. Ryan Jacobs, no, he's just held it on. He's got enough Barry. It's going to be the three-legged race that we wanted for that P2 spot. We have 1 lap left to go, ladies and gentlemen. This is where it's all going to be. I'm getting Austria flashbacks. We had a 3-person finish for P2. Will it go down with carnage, or will it be the cleanest finish we've ever seen so far this season? I'm just not going to say anything. I'm not going to commentate curse it. Will Ryan Jacobs be able to make the gap 3 temps? Will he be able to gain on Gianluca? What about Kevin, though? He is technically still in this, but the gap is just too big. I don't know if he'll be able to actually get not only past Ryan Jacobs, but past Gianluca. So, despite 3 people being within a DRS train, I think it's really just going to be between Gianluca and Ryan Jacobs. Again, though, you can also just see Christoph Goddard on the back end of Kevin. Kevin must feel the pressure as a little bit of a slide. Exit of turn 7 there. Not ideal. The tyres are screaming. They're going to be hot. We've been on them for 19 laps. We're in the sector 3 now. We're almost in sector 3 now. And Ryan Jacobs is out of DRS. I think Gianluca's going to be able to do it. It may be another Williams 1-2. We can't call it too early, though. There's still a sector to go. It's a 3-person race, but I don't know. I don't think it is anymore. It's just not enough track left for Kevin to even have a chance at Ryan Jacobs. It's gonna be Amos, though, who was going to round turns 19s and 20 now. He's gonna be able to be the first person to see the checkered flag waving. He's gonna win for his first time here in WOR Tier 4, followed by his teammate Gianluca in P2, and it's Ryan Jacobs for P3. Kevin with his best finish of the season in P4, and Wilson Hall finishing the top 5 run. What a spectacular finish to the race. Ryan Jacobs was able to cut, well, I would say, no, not Ryan Jacobs, but Gianluca. He was able to cut down the gap. It allowed him to get moved on Ryan Jacobs. Kevin then found the time, and I would say another lap, it would have been even closer. Alessandro will finish in P6 with Ryan in P7, and Christoph Goddard finishing in P8, a lap down. You can see him there. He's done a Max Verstappen. Oh my lord. I'm speechless of this race. I'm just going to move to the camera scene. The reason for this. You saw the finishing positions. As soon as I switch to this camera scene, he spins. I missed the spin on stream, but the race is over. Amos is your winner. It's a Williams 1-2 with a McLaren on P3, and now he's just finally finished crossing the line. I'll show you the podium ceremony, because I would say it's quite cool, especially for the Williams boys, as it's their second 1-2 of the season. Will they be able to do it again? We'll just have to find out. But we will go back to this. As you can see, there's your race winner of not Gianluca, but Amos. Both TRT boys on the podium with Ryan Jacobs in that P3 spot. It was a sensational race here today in the Baku. And I mean, I don't know what else to say. It was well deserved for all 3 of them. It could have been a completely different story with Scott Holmes here, but unfortunately, the game bugged and it DNF'd him. It was unfair, and I feel bad for Scott. I mean, he was cooking. The safety car came out, and that safety car probably maybe have helped him as well. There you go, though. The guy with the most overtakes was Ryan Jacobs, and then you just see Gianluca, cleanest driver and race winner of Amos, and Gianluca getting that driver of the day. And Christoph with the fast lap of a 40.5. So, Amos gains on Gianluca, who gains on Scott. So, Scott goes from 1st to 3rd now. And Ryan Jacobs is also gaining on Scott. So, it's going to be a massive, massive fight for the championship win. I would say it's still anyone's game. I mean, just, for me, is it close on track? It's close in the standings, and that's what we want. That was Tier 4 WOR, and I hope you all enjoyed. here in Baku. Oh my god, I can't talk. Here in Baku, now obviously not as much as attendance as we wanted. We had more attendance in Monaco than we did in Baku. Makes sense. I don't know why. I hope you all are having a great day. I hope you all had an amazing day. We have Great Britain next here in WR, and I can't wait for that. My personal favourite track, it's a very tricky one as well. Also, you've probably seen it in other... Well, no, I'm not going to say that. I don't know what I'm talking about. But it was a very, very exciting finish to the race. Kevin is probably my driver of the day, if I do say so myself. Started P5. I mean, it's his best finish of the season so far, and he drove fantastically. Again, though, could have been a completely different story, but it wasn't. And that's what we got to focus on. We got to focus on what actually happened and not what could have. I hope you all enjoyed today, and I hope we all see you for round 7. Hopefully, I'll be joined by Hyperactive. But, as of now, arrivederci, goodbye.